Is this thing on?
Yeah.
We are live?
Yeah.
We're live, but we're not gonna start the show till 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I use these last 4 minutes to like post on social medias and stuff. So I just want to let you know we are live, but we're not gonna start the show until 7 o'clock.
So basically, YouTube is catching all of us.
Yeah. So right now I'm just talking to the fans. They're seeing us chilling, vibing, just catching a vibe.
Yes, sir.
Relaxing.
Right.
I'm gonna steal all your notes right now. I'm just cheating on the test.
How was everybody's day?
Oh, alhamdulillah.
Slow.
Another day in paradise, as one of my boys likes to say.
Did anybody have tacos today?
Yeah.
Tacos?
What's your sign?
Trapicorn.
That's so crazy.
And him.
That he said that. I seen
What?
a post, and someone said something Arius, or it's supposed to be Sagittarius, but he said something else, and that just reminded me of it. I have to remember what it was. And I was like, people are funny.
The nicknames. What kind of mics are these?
Because they clear.
They're different. Y'all fours are the same. Mine's different, but y'all's is better than mine, believe it or not. So.
That's what I would say too. If mine is better than everyone
No,
else's.
he tried. He tried hard on his.
Nah, I believe
Look
it.
at it. He doesn't even have good tilt or nothing.
No, believe it or not, y'all mics really are better than this one. I'm changing them all up. Hopefully by the end of the year.
It's fun stuff.
Alright. Facebook is good. Gonna go to Instagram. I'm gonna tag you on a story if y'all want. Just so you guys could have it.
And both of you guys are born and raised here, right? In Detroit, or
Yes.
you're born
South End.
South End, and then in Detroit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I moved to Port Huron.
Okay.
I had got into some trouble when I was a kid.
Port Huron's like 2 hours away, isn't it?
All right, guys.
No, it's like
we
an hour.
are going live with two of my favorite artists. If I can flip this around.
In the building right now.
All right.
Live.
We're gonna
At
do
the
this
moment.
around.
Active.
Active.
Armoney Rose.
E Mighty.
Esa.
Nobody can hear this, you guys. One more
Oh,
time.
they can't?
All right. We are live with one of my two favorite artists, Esa Mighty in the building, and Armoney Rose.
What's
Catch
good?
us today at 7 o'clock on Table Talk. We are going live on YouTube. Everybody say hey.
Hi.
I'm gonna say hey.
What's up? Oz Media 313.
All right.
Let's
Catch you
start
guys
the
soon.
show.
Soon.
That's the cuts. Link.
Call in
Share. Copy link.
313.
306-1750.
Oh, they know your number.
Yeah, that's not my number, but you got the podcast number. Alright, I just tagged y'all. 7 o'clock exactly.
Next Kaiser comes to me and says, I have 10,000.
Is that my phone?
306-1750.
Yep. Alright.
What's going on? Why does it happen like this all the time?
It's probably because it's posting.
Next Kaiser
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's still
There you go. Is it on there now?
Yeah, now we're.
Alright, how's it going, everybody?
We're doing alright.
Yes, we are officially live. We already got Caltrey saying Troop, best show on Tuesday night. You know, we're fighting against Grey's Anatomy, fellas. So it's us against Grey's Anatomy.
They're still running?
Yeah, I don't know. Ivy probably knows better than I would.
Honestly, I stopped when one of the McDreamies left.
I was gonna say one of them died or something.
Yeah. and
Oh,
I
I'm
stopped.
still caught up. But I don't think I watch it on Hulu the next day.
Or when
Yeah.
Jackson
No.
Avery left the show, or
No
something like that. I
commercials.
stopped.
Oh,
So
you just ruined it for her.
Yeah.
sorry.
But we are officially live, man. Today's show is gonna be hype, man. I'm looking forward to today's show. We got two guests that are doing it big right now in the entertainment industry. Let me introduce the guests right quick. By the way, today's topic is about Muslims in the entertainment industry. We got two rappers in the building. We have Armoney Rose right here, and then yes sir, and then we have Esa Mohamed, aka Esa Mighty, in the building as well. They're gonna tell us more about themselves and introduce themselves later on. But of course, you know we got the Table Talk crew in the building. Got Big Sis Abir, Shayman Ghalib, and myself, the co-hosts of the show. We are all here. And before we even introduce the guests and everything like that, gotta give a shout out to the two sponsors, Give to Gain and Leo's Coney Island and Royal Oak. Let's start off with Give to Gain. Give to Gain is a non-profit organization that sponsors orphans in Yemen. 100% of all their donations goes to the less fortunate. They just want to say they appreciate everybody that donates. People wonder why Yemen. It's the largest humanitarian crisis and aid operation. 5 million people are at risk of famine. 15 million people need water or sanitation support. So shout out to Rico for shedding light on this situation. If you want to donate, their Venmo is at give2gain. Their Zelle is 313-445-8638. And then their Cash App is the money symbol give2gain. And then going off of the numbers, if you ever want to call in and chime in, and you know these guys hopefully are going to be spinning some bars later on today. So if they want to call in and basically give them credit or come in and spit some bars too. Somebody want to go on the phone and spit some bars.
Call in and say what's up.
Yeah, call and say what's up. The
Come
number,
back with us.
yes, the number is 313-306-1750. Again, the number is 313-306-1750. With that said, today's topic again: Muslims in the entertainment industry. We got Armoney. We have Esa in the building as well. Armoney, first of all, can you introduce yourself? Tell the people who you are, how they can reach you, how they can follow you, and you know, grew up. You don't even have to answer the first question yet. Just kind of introduce yourself.
Yo, my name Armoney Rose, man. You can find me on all social media at Armoney Rose, ARMONEY_Rose. You know, however you want to do it. I'm active at all times. I'm from Detroit. I moved to Port Huron when I was a little younger, and I just been back and forth for real.
All right, and how long you been in the industry, music industry?
I've been recording and releasing music since like 2017, so
Okay,
about 4 years.
4 years.
Almost
All right, there we go. And then we have Esa Mighty in the building as well. You want to tell us a little about yourself?
Honestly, I hate introductions, but my name is Esa Mighty. You can find me on all social medias at ESA, and then Mighty, you guys already know how to spell that. I grew up in the south end of Dearborn, Michigan. I'm 22 years old. I'm a businessman, entrepreneur, artist, rapper, whatever you want to call me, I could do it. And yeah, I'm just a human. We're just here on a podcast.
And shout out to Shayman Ghalib, got us connected with these fellows right here. So we're looking forward again to this show. Feel free to comment anything y'all want to comment, share. You have any thoughts on the whole situation? I mean, Shayman, you're the one that connected us with this.
Oh, I love these people. Oh, you're gonna hear me chime in my little 2 cents, but I was doing a little like 2 cents because I'm just gonna chime in. This is about being Muslim in the industry, and I'll connect back to how these two individuals actually highlight the fact that they're Muslim instead of like putting it in a corner or like, you know, putting it in their pocket or whatever. I love the fact that these two are like loud and proud about it. I actually met Esa through it was an event, like a charity event, and he was doing a performance there, and I met Armoney through the message. So it's just the way these guys are just really, you know, well-rounded, really evolved men. It's fascinating, and I'm absolutely proud of them. So.
Abir, you haven't said anything yet. I want to make sure you say something before the show starts.
So I'm big on names. How did you guys get your names before we even start? So how did you pick your name?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Mine's real came to me in a dream.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I had got into some trouble. Well, I almost got into some trouble when my friend's car caught on fire on the freeway, and I started walking up the freeway to try to get off the freeway, and I ended up being in the backseat of a cop car just loaded. And he like, "What's your name?" I told him Armoney Rose, and he let me leave. He ain't searched me or nothing. So
just like that.
yeah.
Wow.
This is before you were on Armoney Rose, or this is?
Yeah. This
That's
is
how
just
it
like
became.
when it just came the idea and it just came to me. But Armoney Rose means our money rose. Like
Okay.
all of us, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
I'm trying to put on for the people for real.
Nice.
That's what's
That's a
up.
very interesting story, man.
That's what I love asking about, like, you know, where the name, because everybody has a story.
Yeah.
You know.
Esa, how did
Mine's
you?
not as exciting, but it was back when I was in high school. I was like 15, and I I was like, it was during the time I started working out, and I was just, people started knowing me, and I had my name on Instagram was Esa Mighty, and I was just with one of my boys in class, and he was just clowning, you know, he's like, Esa Mighty, he's like, Esa Mighty, Esa Mighty, and then like, it stuck, he's like, yo, that sounds nice, you know, and then I stuck with it, changed my name to that, and then just, it became my nickname, that's what everyone knew me as.
Esa Mighty. There we go. There we go. So that's the origin of their names. Great question, Big Sis. So
Thank
let's get this show started and the show on the road. All right. So I'm gonna start off with you, Armoney. What inspired you to make you want to start, you know, to do music, to make music? Exactly. So what inspired you to make you want to start making music?
Well, you know, I kind of grew up less fortunate, so I always kind of been like decent with my words, and I just felt like I was smarter and I had more rhythm or a better cadence than a lot of artists that was my age or popping at the time when I first started writing music. So I felt like if they making all this money and I'm smarter than them, then I think I should do it too.
How many people you think that crosses their mind that think like that, but you to actually take action and do that? You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's a lot of people that listen to music that be like, yo, man, I can do better than them.
I'm way colder than that. Yeah, I think everybody do that.
Yeah, but you took the step forward and took action, so that's why it's in being. We'll talk about being consistent too. By the way,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about a little bit more about being consistent with it too. Ace, that same question with you. What inspired you to make you want to start doing music?
Honestly, when I was younger, I just listened to, like, my cousin put me onto, like, Eminem, Tupac, and I just listened to all their lyrics, and, like, I'd start memorizing just, you know, going with it and rapping with it, and then eventually, like, I'm like, bro, I'm getting good at it. And I was like, if I could follow their flows, I could replace it with my words. Like, I used to listen to Eminem lyrics, and I used to hit every bar. And in my head, I'm in like 5th grade, 6th grade. In my head, I'm performing in front of thousands. And I'm like, if I could just figure out how to put my own words and put my own passion onto it, then I know I could do it too.
So rapping over lyrics, basically.
Yeah, I just, you know, I learned flow from that. And then, like, I started writing in, like, 8th grade. We had, like, a poetry slam. And that's the first time I sat down and really did it and, like, actually wrote. And I was like, yo, I really like this. And I was really proud of my work. And then from there, I just continued writing for, like, 3-4 years. And then my senior year of high school, I found the studio. And I started there, and the rest is history.
There we go. By the way, ladies, if y'all have any questions, feel free to chime in and ask the questions. Ask away because obviously, you know, the questions are here. And this is more about the guests, and I don't want y'all to not have anything to say as well.
I have a question. So who was the first person that believed in y'all? Like, the one who was like, you should do this? Like, whoever wants to go first.
I had my boy Anwar. He's still, like, my best friend to this day, you know?
I know him.
Yeah, shout out my boy. If you guys need your heating or cooling fix, call him. He does HVAC. Got his
Soft
own
plug.
company, CEO right there. But no, from the beginning, like, even before, like, I actually started rapping, like, I'd show him, like, some of my raps, and then, like, he would just, he was cool with it, you know what I mean? And then, like, we'd go out to places we were working, he'd tell people, hey, he's a rapper, you know? And I couldn't even rap then, for real. And he just always pushed me from there, you know what I mean? So it was him and my little brother, too.
There we go. How about you, Armoney?
Me.
You.
Yep.
You told yourself it.
Yep.
Hey, that's how it be sometimes, man.
Yeah. Still to this day, I go to all my shows by myself.
There you go.
I ain't lying.
You gotta have that confidence.
Yeah, I go
For
by
sure,
myself.
believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I like
don't
that.
nobody, I don't got no entourage.
I like that, man. Hey,
One man team.
yeah, dude. And I mean, to be honest with you, that's all you need. That's all you need. You know, as long as you believe in yourself and you are confident enough, man. That's all you need, realistically, man. And that's a great answer. And going off of that, about what inspired you, and I heard you saying Eminem. I just want to see, like, who are, like, maybe 3 rappers on the top of your head that you feel like, you know what, I can do this because listening to this person inspired me to be a rapper. Like, do y'all have 3 rappers? I know you mentioned Eminem and
Eminem was out when I was younger, but I feel like as you get older and the more you listen to Eminem, you're like, yo, what's this guy saying, bro? Like, don't get me wrong, like, his flow and his talent is really good, and he has some songs that really hit. But, like, as I
He
got
has
older,
a lot of anger in him.
yeah,
as well.
yeah, and I felt like I related to that because I was like that more when I was younger. But as you get older, you mature a little more. J. Cole really hit it for me when I was in high school.
My
Like,
favorite.
that was like, I felt like he was speaking to me, J. Cole. And then Nipsey Hussle, as I got a little older, I actually met him. I got his Victory Lap CD signed. That was the only time. And then, like, after that, say maybe, I don't even got no one else after that. Them the main 2.
all right. How about you, Armoney?
You saying, like, as far as, like,
Someone that you listen to that you're like, man, you know, I don't know, that they could have probably been an inspiration for you.
as in, like, today?
Yeah, or just growing up.
Oh.
I know, because you said last 4 years, so maybe in the last 4 years, someone that you feel like,
Tory Lanez for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh my! You know
I was
what's
gonna
crazy?
say, yeah.
Okay, let me tell you something.
That's
So
controversial.
yeah, so it's funny because I don't know. Like obviously I know these guys, but I don't ask them like, hey, who's you guys' inspiration, right? But when I say like, oh, this person, I say he reminds me a lot of Tory Lanez and Chris Brown. You give me that vibe.
In August, Alcina.
Yeah, he gives me that vibe, and
I
you
can see
give
that.
me big time J. Cole Nipsey vibes. Like 100%. That's how I talk about Asa. Like I literally would be like, this is like the Yemeni Nipsey, like J. Cole in a sense. You know what I mean? And then voila, like today, right before I got here, I was like, I was talking to my friend, and I told her, I was like, hold on, let me play a song, and I was like, you're the baddest in the world, and then she's like,
Hey,
oh my
man.
god. And then she's like, oh, what? And then I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
And that one, when I heard that song, because I was like checking you guys out for, so I could know a little bit about your history or whatever. But August Alcina came in my head when I heard that song.
Yeah,
I was like, I could hear it.
that's a dope song.
It is. It's really
Yeah, I like
nice.
that
Absolutely.
song. My manager put a lot of money behind it. Even got the game on it and everything.
That's what I seen
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I love the game as well. One of my favorites.
Very dope.
There we go. There we go. So that's a couple people that I guess that kind of.
And we gotta give a shout out to Big Sean. Come on, Big Sean came from Detroit. That's like he's literally one of my
Oh
favorites.
yeah, I do. I have been listening to a lot of Big
So-
Sean lately.
I mean,
We
he
ain't asking
is
for
a-
your
he's a
favorites.
nice-
I'm just saying.
Asking for their favorites.
Yes,
Right?
So good. Shout out Big
Anybody
Sean.
that come up from
The only time I
Detroit or
know-
Michigan and like there's just this extra
that a Big Sean
different.
sweater?
Yes, it is.
I seen the
downline.
downline. Yep.
Anyways,
that's
not sponsored
why.
in
Oh
any
my
way.
God.
Oh, the t-shirt sweater.
But I feel like he grew up in the same era as me, so like a lot of his music is very similar. So I mean, like similar to what we've, I don't know,
Relate.
that age range. Because what you said, 22?
I'm 22.
How old are you?
30.
Okay, well, you're welcome to the club.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There we go. I've been chimed in.
I'm gonna stop talking.
No, you're fine. I was messing with you. I was messing with you. So, what kind of music do you guys make? Do you guys produce? So, what if you were to tell somebody like, this kind of genre, obviously it's rap, but like, what are you bringing to the table? Like, what kind of music?
I'd say I call it character development music.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like a music
absolutely.
that you play in a movie, music that you play in the gym.
Hammock music.
Hammock music, that might be a project coming up soon. But yeah, just either uplifting or just music that's thought provoking or just gets you in a vibe. Just something that it's like a soundtrack to your life could be. You know what I mean?
I like it. How about you, Armoney? What kind of music do you be making?
I say I make timeless music. Music
Nice.
that's just gonna last forever. That everybody gonna always be able to relate to, no matter if you poor, if you rich, no matter what you're going through. I make relationship music. I make hate music. I make heartbreak, love. I make everything. Conscious music. Really, I make authentic music. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do nothing far fetched or put nothing extra on it. You know what I'm saying? I
like-
talk about what's really going on.
Your music has more of like a twang, like it's like a head bopper, like it's like something that you could hear at like almost like a party. You know what I mean? It's very Tory Lanez-y, very like trendy. Asa's music is more like I'm like, damn. Like after every song, I can't believe this little 22-year-old.
A little controversial too.
Yeah.
I feel like.
22 Brown Boy freestyle shook my brain, and it still shakes my brain. And I quote some of his lyrics on basically everything that I do. You know what I mean? And it's just the level of articulation he has at such a young age. It's impressive. You know what I mean? And for somebody that articulates, and I mean, I don't craft music. Okay, I think I like to sing for a hobby, but I articulate through speech and through connecting through people, and I think that's how we have that all in similarity. And I think it's just mesmerizing seeing it through other people and seeing it through art, seeing it in how this person is like, controlling the field or controlling the atmosphere, and it's just, again, it's mesmerizing to watch. So kudos to y'all.
All right, there we go. And I definitely agree to her statement as well. And that's awesome, by the way. That's awesome for both ends. So, talking about being consistent, right, in the music industry, I think it's important. I mean, it's important to be consistent in anything, right? But I just think in the music industry is a little more important because of the fact that there are a lot of people out there trying to do the same thing, right? And, like, basically, what do you bring to the table kind of that's different than everyone else? And another thing that I think is important is consistency, like I said. So, Armoney, why do you feel it's important to be consistent?
Consistency is important with anything that you do because consistency is what's going to always win. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you're selling cars or nickel bags, you know what I'm saying? Like, if people become familiar with you and your consistency, so they know every Friday or every other Friday you're gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? They expect this from you, so they gonna learn to. It's like a pattern, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be here to see what he's going to do next, you know what I'm saying? So that's why consistency, you just always gotta be in their face, always with it, always active, always, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it.
Great answer. Asa, how about you? Why is consistency important, especially in the music industry?
Just like in any relationship, you wouldn't want to be with someone that's inconsistent, right? No one wants to follow someone that's inconsistent. You want consistency. You want to be able to provide for your followers and people that, you know, care about you. Because for like some people, like for a lot of people, like music, at least for me, used to be like a lifeline to me. You know what I mean? When I was in my darkest days, I listened to music, and I'd say what I bring to the industry is I bring my passion, I bring my heart, I put my soul into it. And you know, it's funny, when I was still in college, we're in a computer class, and they're just asking, you know, the first day when they ask everyone to say one thing about themselves. It's funny, I sat down, the guy right next to me, he gets up and he says, oh, I want to be a rapper. And she says, and I was like, okay, you know, I was rapping at the time, like I was putting out music, but I didn't say anything, you know, I'm going to school, my rap stuff is on the side. He says, I want to be a rapper, and I was like, okay, let me hear. She's like, why? He's like, they make a lot of money. I got so mad, I got so offended. I'm like, yeah, it is cool, the money and stuff like that, but like, do you even care about the craft? Do you respect the art? Do you respect the culture? Do you know how deep it can be and how powerful this stuff can, you know, the words that you say, like how it affects people and how you could like change lives with it, you know? So sorry for a long answer, but yeah, consistency is important.
No, I really appreciate it.
And you know, I was gonna say this, but I'll save the juice of it, because you guys know I'm a big conspiracy head, and I believe a lot in like chakras and like your work and your ethics and
Energy.
and energy and even like vibrations and noises and the things that they're putting out and whatever. And then you have people that like for example, I know both of y'all, right? So I have trust, right? I trust your music. I trust your music. That's very, very big, right? And I trust that the music that you guys are giving us comes from, you know, the part in your heart or the part of your craft that you're genuinely caring about the people. I mean, your name is huge. Your name is huge. It's literally for us, right? Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, so then here I am knowing that, you know, mainstream media or mainstream the industry is there, like, and I hate to say this, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but like on some real shit, some demonic stuff. I have people that I have genuine trust in that kind of like neutralize that for me. Mm-hmm. So now I have like a better ethic, almost coming to it or listening to you guys' music, and that's big. Like I can come to my mom and be like, listen to this, and knowing that there's no like hidden motive, hidden ulterior weird thing that I'm gonna have to freaking cipher through or what. Like, I trust the music, you know what I mean? And that's big. And I know a lot of people that are watching this that you know, like, this is a show that, you know, we normally don't do. We wanted to lighten it up. You know, this is our last Tuesday before the end of the year. So these are people that I genuinely listen. And on my Apple Music, I literally, and I mean, hate me if you want, but I literally listen to Detroit rappers or Detroit music, right? And it's
Shout out
not
Detroit, they got some amazing music.
so it's for me like my Apple Music, it's literally y'all, you know what I mean? I don't have mainstream artists on my platform because they already have it. And I don't believe in their crafts, because their crafts, I believe it's hidden motives or whatever. So I have a lot of trust in that, and I think that's very important for the new generation, or for people that don't generally like listen to music or believe in the craft or whatnot, knowing that we have Muslims that are in the industry that are, you know, projecting the fact that they are Muslims and that there is one God and all of this beauty. That's something that I stand proudly behind. So there's that.
Love
So,
it.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so obviously consistency it comes from hard work. You know, it's not easy. Can you guys give us like a snapshot of a day that was like really busy, of like how you wake up, or when do you like to come up with your music, or when do you like to write? Like just a little background of like how this hard work
Lisa,
comes to a song that's like 5 minutes.
this guy, please, Lisa, tell him your day.
Well, it depends. Like, say what you're gonna say.
This guy wakes up at freaking the ass crack of dawn, goes to the gym. Then I literally see him recording the sunset, or the sunrise, and then he's doing everything in the moon, and it's just like mashallah, he fits all of this in a day. So go ahead.
I try, like, it depends, like.
He does some heating and cooling, and then by the
I just
3
be helping my
o'clock,
friend. I don't want to
he's-
take any credit for that. But,
I'm thinking of a day of music,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when
like a
you
day-
you
no,
know
no.
when you
I'm
want to
saying,
write
like-
or when you want
Go
to
ahead.
whatever. It doesn't matter.
You see, like, you're about to say something.
Nah, I
Oh,
wasn't.
no, I was saying, like, because, okay, so with music, you got to be able to, at least for me, everyone has different creative processes. Some people could go in the studio and sit there for 15 hours straight and just keep recording. I'm one of those people where I kind of let it come to me. Like, I'll go sit down. My schedule now, because I have the studio at my house, like, before, when I had to go to the studio, I used to wake up at 6 a.m., work all day until, like, 8, 9, 10 p.m. and then like I hit the studio from 11 p.m. to like 2 a.m. and then I wake up the next day because at the end of the day, it's how much do you want it? We all have the same 24 hours, and some people say they don't got enough time. It's you're gonna make time for whatever you want to make. You know what I mean? And for me now, my schedule is I prefer to create in the morning. I'm a morning person. I like to wake up early, and that's like I feel like my brain's on fire as soon as I wake up. So I go, I put on some beats, make me some breakfast, chill, vibe out a little bit, and then I just start recording. And from there, once my music's taken care of, I've felt like I've accomplished something. Now I could do whatever I got to do for the rest of the day. And then if I think of another line or something, I could come back and just finish later. Well, it's always intertwined. I'm always thinking about my music. It's a part of my daily activity. It's on my phone.
That's what's up.
Armoney, how about you, man? How's a day in your life? Or a busy day in your life?
Every day is a busy day for me, man. I ain't gonna lie. Every day. But I run a very specific and strict delivery service, so I'm just like kind of in my office all day. So whenever I hear a beat that's just fire, I just write to it,
Do y'all jump on beats from other people, or do y'all just be doing your own thing?
No, I actually got a guy, man. A lot of my beats I bought from a guy. He's in the Ukraines.
Really?
Yeah.
What is, so both of you guys are obviously dedicated and committed individuals, but what is something, like people that have the potential, and it doesn't necessarily have to be music, like I'm honestly trying to take notes myself, so don't be too vulgar or be mean, but like I'm not gonna lie, like you said something and I'm looking at, I'd be like, crap, that one hurt, because oh crap, I'm not, and I get it, consistency is so important and whatnot, but what is some actual like advice that you would give to people and how to get to being a consistent person? Like honestly, because I think that's where I suck at. Like I think I suck at. I don't know.
I would say the best advice for that is like how they say it, preparation prevents poor
Performance. Oh my God, I say that all the time.
As long as you already
The 5
ready,
Ps.
then you ain't gotta get ready. You know what I'm saying? So if you know you got something coming up, or you know you want to go to the studio, and you only got 2 hours, then you should be practicing these songs, or you should be writing these songs
Got it.
a week in advance. So you should be writing a song today before you even book the studio.
Right.
You feel me? And then practice it as you go, and then once you practice it,
Give me a round of applause,
and
man.
then once you master this song, then you go to the next song and try to at least get through half of that, and master that. Go to the studio and then just get the recording. You're just gonna push it out.
Do you guys believe as a Muslim you guys have like I don't know, like you guys have like a different view or a different like
I feel like I got
like a
cheat code
different
on life.
lenses
Yeah,
or
yeah,
or like
yeah,
something
cheat code on life.
for like doing, because like you guys are like hello like shit. So like how does that like affect you being consistent? Because I mean we pray 5 times a day. I mean that's consistent. I think that's the only thing that I do. I say I'm consistent. Oh, I should have never. Okay, I feel a little bit better now.
Honestly,
But-
you're better than me already in consistency. I'll give you that much. Like, I'm trying to work on that, and it's like, just like with that, I should be more consistent on it. But how dedicated and how much priority do I put on it? I give myself credit because I'm better than I used to be, because I didn't pray at all,
Right.
and I'm trying to get better at it. But just like even with my music, and you gotta discipline yourself, and you gotta really, like he said, you gotta plan ahead, and you gotta follow your plan. Because you could have the best plan in the world, but without execution, you're not gonna get anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like just do it. That's at the end of the day, you could get all the advice in the world.
You get a round of applause too.
No, I
you just gotta
appreciate
do
the
it,
vulnerability
No,
and the honesty as well.
I do, because that's very important for people to
Yeah.
know, because something
So
that we
You
something.
gotta make fajr every day, no matter what.
No, that's the one that I wake up for.
Yeah, no
I
matter
start
what.
my day. If I could start my day on that, the rest of the day,
falls into place.
Fajr and Isha, I always say this is if you're struggling to pray, just like he said, Fajr, you wake up, that's the first thing you do, and then try to get the other prayers. But say you miss those throughout the day before you sleep, end the day on a good note. At least do Isha, you know what I mean, and then start the next day Fajr. You might now the more you do it, just
you might
gonna
catch
get
Dhuhr.
richer. Yeah, and then Asr,
And then you catch yourself at home, you bored. Now you catch Asr.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, and I know this is a hard one, and I mean, since we're getting vulnerable, this is probably the best conversation for me because I keep it real, right? So, remember, like, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is going for the Muslim audience right now, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the Muslims that evolve towards Him through time and through efforts, right? I mean, for the people that can wake up and they're just like, I do everything perfect, kudos to them. Like, honestly, my hat goes off to them. But for real, it's really, really hard. And for the reason why I'm mentioning this is because a lot of times guilt plays in a big factor, and then that separates you even more. So like, oh, I missed a prayer, now I feel guilty, God's not going to accept that prayer, so I'm not going to, so like, and then, you just have like a speculation of that. And I really appreciate your honesty, I said, because that's not something that, people come out here and just openly say, you know what I mean? But, it's something that every single person, it's why it takes us to heaven, right? It's you pray your 5 and you go to heaven. Like, that's literally it. So that's why it's such a big, it's the biggest test. It's the biggest consistency factor. And once you realize that repetition is everything, I feel like that's why for somebody like me, I'm like, why can I be a consistent like influencer? Why can I be somebody that's consistently posting? Do I not want it bad enough?
You don't want it bad enough.
Not just that, another
That's why.
piece of,
And I'm like,
That's why.
it's like, oh.
Because if you want it, you're gonna do it.
and
Right.
not just that.
I was just 214 pounds like 2 months ago.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying?
goodness.
And I just kept saying like, man, I gotta get this weight off. Man, that's the biggest I've ever been in my whole life, just fat. So I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
I gotta get this off. And every day I'm like, I just gotta get it
What
off.
you at now?
185.
Rumor has it that you did this for the Table Talk podcast. Is this true? By the way?
What?
No, you got this, lost the weight and
Oh
everything for different shows.
I had to make sound right.
All right, there you go. I just want to address the elephant in the room.
But when I finally was like, man, I want it now, so I just started waking up and I said, I'm going to get it.
You know why it's crazy that you're saying that? Because like, okay, I started going to the gym, and then to hold myself to some type of accountability, I hired a personal trainer. So now I'm telling myself, you're gonna
I'm paid for it, so I
yeah,
gotta go.
and you're gonna for sure go to the gym twice a week, blah blah blah. So, but guess what? Did I go to the gym today?
He didn't
No.
show up.
But I'm gonna see my personal trainer tomorrow. So I'm just like, I suck. And it's
So
like,
you know what it is too. If you have a lot of goals at once, if you have so many things that you want to happen at once, you're not focused on a certain thing. It's going to be hard to juggle all of them.
You know
But
when they say,
whatever
Sarah,
you want the most should be like eat the frog.
You know what
Eat
we
the
need to
frog.
really talk about?
The biggest thing it's harder. The one thing that's harder, do it first.
Oh, right.
Oh, I like
Lesson
that.
one.
Yeah, eat the frog.
All right, give her a round
Hey,
of
this
applause
is a
for
teacher.
that.
I went to a teacher.
I like that.
Professional development?
Yeah, and then it was eat the frog. It's one of the 9 principles of something. Even the 5 P's were on that too. So, yeah, eat the frog, guys.
There's some quotes on this table so far. We haven't even gotten to the spin and the bars yet. There's
I know.
already some lines.
You got yours.
I'm a quote junkie for sure.
Oh my god, maybe I can. I got a poem. Actually,
I'm not gonna.
y'all ain't ready.
Everyone,
Hey, if you guys
everybody,
didn't
all
know
5
this,
of us are
Yeah.
gonna be
This
smart.
guy-
But you better. Do you have your
I don't
your
have
bars?
Hey, if you guys don't understand,
your cat in the
listen.
They
This
got
guy
you.
right here, when he was 14, spitting bars.
He writes.
What them bars
He used to do remixes to like certain songs.
The only
Like,
bars I got are on my phone now, Armoney.
Yeah.
Those are the only I'm talking about the
That's a line.
Oh,
That's a punchline right there. What you talking about?
I think I have one of the songs, but I don't know if you're
Like,
gonna
put
play
your
it.
head down, man. Relax, man. We're gonna talk
It
about
was
it again.
man on the
14. It was, listen, he was really good.
14. Show you
It's
how
cute,
old I am
though.
now. I'm 29 years old, man. I'm
He
twice
used to
that
do
age.
remixes. One of them was "Welcome to 6 Mile," like with the remix to that. What was that one song? With the
Hey, what's up right now? We're
You
talking
need.
about the
okay,
You
cats.
have to play
I
about
have
the 6 Mile.
Nah.
I have to hear that.
No, we're not gonna play that right now.
Okay, this is-
Alright,
We'll hit them after.
yes. So, keeping it rolling. We love the conversation right now. So,
Hilarious.
what are some difficulties? We talk about being a Muslim, right, in the music industry, and a lot of people get turned away quickly when you hear that this Muslim's doing music, and there's a lot of hadiths that go this way, there's a lot of hadiths that go that way. So for you guys in general, what is it like being a Muslim in the music industry? And what is it that keeps you going? You know, if there's like a hadith that you base it off of, or a quote, or something like that you kind of could base it off of. So, like, first of all, tell us what is it like to be a Muslim in the music industry, and then, you know, kind of go from there, I guess.
Yeah, I really don't get too much slack off that. They just told me that it's a hadith on what kind of beats I use. Like it's there was a beat that was specifically used for the shaitan.
Yeah, Ms. Mad.
And so I just try to stay away from that, you know. But other than that, I had just got some slack about my promotion tactics as far as like how I use
To promote things?
the models in my videos. So
Yeah.
I had got some slack off that, but at the end of the day, I look at it as, you know, this is what's selling. This is what's going to bring in the profit. So Armoney Rose means our money rose. So this is what I'm good at. It's the only thing I'm really good at. So I'm trying to use this platform to reach out and build other entities. You see what I'm saying? Music is just to open the door for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but ultimately, I just want to give
Branch
a lot
out.
of opportunities to people. You know what I'm saying? So I just need the money to come in so I can put it all together.
I love it. I love it. That deserves definitely a round of applause. How about you, ASAP?
I never really got paid too much. Cause I was good. Like a lot of times when Muslim artists come on, they're usually trying to be something that they're not, or just artists in general. Whenever you're getting some like pushback from people, it's usually from lack of authenticity. So I was always authentic and just spoke my truth from the beginning. I wouldn't say I don't really keep it clean, but I'm not too vulgar either. And then just like I actually had someone that hit me up about this topic. He was someone that made music. We made a song at one point, you know, but he stopped doing it because of, you know, Islam and him being Muslim. And he asked me, and I told him straight up, I'm like, listen, I'm not here to say it's halal, or, you know what I mean. If anything, it's more haram than it is halal because of depending on what you're listening to, you know. But at the end of the day, that one thing that rediscovering Islam, like really coming back to it, I've rediscovered in like the blessing of Allah's forgiveness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most forgiving. So on Yawm al-Qiyamah, we're all gonna have to, you know, be judged, answer for our actions. And you know, people always talk about intention. They'll be like, oh, you can't judge someone. We don't judge intention, we judge their actions, right? But even with the music, like my intention is pure. My actions, even the actions, like judge the actions, like what am I really doing, you know? Even when you look at it, I'm not gonna lie, I cuss and I try to clean it up a little bit, but even look at the results of the actions. I'm having more people, when people reach out to me that listen to their music or listen to my music, I feel like you'll come out a better person. Like, because if you do, like, music has a lot of frequencies and a lot of programming into your mind, so like whatever you're listening to is gonna be the way you think, you know. So if you're listening to a lot of haram and a lot of crap and a lot of bullshit, you're gonna start thinking with a lot of bullshit. I feel like after you're done listening to my music, you're gonna be a little more introspective, a little bit more motivated. Even if it's a sad song, you might learn something based off of my pain and my struggle that I shared on that one song. So I just feel like on Yawm al-Qiyamah, when I face my Lord, that I could tell him, you know, I did my best and I used this gift that you gave me to do better. And you know, if I'm not supposed to be doing this, I feel like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take it out of my life, and I'm just ready for whatever happens, you know.
MashaAllah.
You know, there's
Just gotta give him a round of applause for that too, by the way. But go ahead.
Well, there's two things that I just want to like throw off on that. Islam is supposed to be very, very, very easy. Al-Islam sahla, right? So our religion is easy. So all of these nitpicking and all of these fine lines that people are gonna go try to like, you know, like find the haram and that's the haram police, right? And if you want to find something haram, you can make it haram.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right? But the next thing that I wanted to say is our religion doesn't, I mean, yeah, we get based off of our action. That's absolutely, you know, 100%. But our religion bases us off of our intention.
Yeah, that's
and if our intention is pure and we have a pure intent, like I'm out here trying to, you know, change music, put trust in people's hearts, not have all of these like weird like voodoo, like there's so much that now music puts in. I mean, look what just happened with Travis Scott. Now everybody's talking about, oh, is this gonna mess with my chakra? Is this gonna mess with my frequency? Everybody's talking about it now. And now, like for me, music, especially in this day and age, at this time right now, music just got hit with a lot of distrust. A lot of it. Everybody's like, whoa, I don't know, who do I listen to? Who? And
it's almost being made like a factory, you know what I mean? They're just sending songs out, you know, and it's
one by one.
They're pushing it out in a way. It's like what's gonna catch you, what's gonna get your desires. And at the end of the day, with marketing, like you have your energy, where it's like you have higher emotions, where it's love, faith, trust, wholeness, and then you have emotions like guilt, shame, and just things that make you feel down.
Right.
And they sell on that. You know what I mean? On your desires, on things that's gonna.
And you said it. You said everything is programmed, and everything has to do with the like. If that's not something that you think about, vibrations and frequencies and stuff like that, I highly, highly encourage you to do some research on that. But another thing that I wanted to go off of is the fact that it's easy to back you guys up because you guys are good. Like it would be something if they were like you know the rappers that are just like, oh, I'm from the South End, or oh, I'm from Detroit, or you know, like easy. Those would be just like, yeah, you know, I follow you on Instagram. But I go to people and I'm like, listen, like say my name, like I'm out here promoting them. Like I'm literally like, it's so crazy. And then people are just like, oh, are they related to you? And I'm like, basically, like yes, like yeah, basically like at this point, like I'm out here, yeah, like I have a very weird relationship with music, and the fact that now I have like actually people to listen to that, you know, I mean, switch it up sometimes, you know, I don't want to like have to not listen to anything where I actually filter out through my music. I just want to be able to just put something on and not have to think, and I could do that, you know what I mean? So cool.
Great answers. And my theory is that, you know, nowadays the generation, like almost everybody's listening to music.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and we of course, you know, if we'd love to teach our kids or would like try not to listen to music. But that's not the case. You know, we're in 2021. Everybody has access to a smartphone. They got AirPods. They got something, and connected to their ears, listening to music. Driving, you're listening to music. You know, it's very rare that you find somebody that doesn't listen to music anymore. So the question is, what do you want them to listen to? And the answer should be, you know, something that is going to at least guide them or get them through their daily lives and motivate them, inspire them.
At least you know that these people believe in the same God that you believe in when you put your head at the, you know what I mean? Like these people ultimately have the same foundation that you do, regardless of what they're doing, because everybody, and I'm going to say this loud and I'm going to say this proud, everybody sins differently, and you are not here to judge how somebody sins. That's not up to you.
Wallahi.
Alright? But what we will, like, we have that foundation, and I'm like the Muslim, you know what I mean? So the fact that I can I don't care what they're doing in their lives, but the fact that the foundation that we can both say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, for me, that's enough.
Yeah.
So
and it's important to mention that, and like I said, man, as long as they, you know, they are trying to help, and I get the vibes, and just off of listening to a couple of stuff that she has sent us and stuff like that, like they, you know, you guys are people that are that you have meaning behind your lyrics. You're not out here just rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So having meaning is alone, like, it's an inspiration, man. Like, you know, your story, you doing a song was already an inspiration because you are following your dream. You know, it's somebody that followed their dream. You're not just these rappers that are getting caught because their boy is good and they just jumping on a track because their boy is good and they sound like, you know, a fourth grader putting up lines together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just in general, you know, you guys are walking around, and again, it's all about intention, right? And it sounds like, and just off of your songs, the intention is there too. You're not in your head.
Yeah, no one could go into your heart and really see where, you know, what you're doing. And as long as you know what you're doing and you know where you want to be, and that you have God, you know, in the back of your mind or in the front of your mind guiding you, then you're good. You don't even need to hear all that negative talk. And
I want to reiterate the fact that, you know, people might listen to this later, not now, later, and then be like, oh man, but please just go to your kids' cars, bedrooms, playlists, like they're listening to songs, and like let's not shy away from. That's why we're having these conversations,
don't be
right?
A hypocrite,
yeah,
man.
like let's not shy away from these conversations.
Like,
and let's
for
keep it real.
Like honestly, like this podcast, and I mean we're table talk, and it doesn't get more realer than this, honestly. But like, don't be a hypocrite. Like, don't be out here saying, oh, and you're literally putting on Drake's new album,
or like, putting on Debcat. I mean, putting on these
exactly,
Yemeni
or
music.
these Yemeni, like you're listening to
Zeph
Ayub or Zeph. Like it's all the same. You know what I mean? Like don't be a hypocrite. If you have room to judge,
Listen,
message-
shame was on your head. Watch out.
Yeah,
People
man,
are
I'm
gonna
on
talk.
it
They're just
today.
gonna
They
take your
are,
sins
and-
away
and
anyway.
it's
So
okay, and
let
that's-
them. They'll
and-
take your sins away. That's what I
Listen,
always
at
keep
the
saying.
end of the day, especially in what we're trying to do, there's gonna, regardless of what we're doing, whether it's from a religious aspect or just everything in life. There's 7.3 billion people, and everyone got their own perspective. Everyone's
Right.
gonna say something. If you, this just goes whether you want to do music or you could do anything. My friend that's a barber, he's making more money than some of these people, and they'll call him like a low class job. Like, people will always have something to say. Like,
Right.
just live your life, take care of yourself. It's you and God. At the end of the day, we're all gonna
Yep.
die alone. You know,
You
just
know-
Straight up.
live pure and just do your thing, man. Life's
Absolutely.
like GTA. It's a
Spread
video
love.
game.
You know what I'm
spread
saying?
love.
You're helping somebody, and
Smile,
inshallah that'll be your.
You know,
Absolutely,
Alhamdulillah.
I love it.
The whole conversation deserves a round of applause one last time. With that said, we're keeping the show on the road. We're rolling already. We're already in the fifth question. So, you know, you kind of gave some advice, right? But this is the next question: is what advice would you give someone who is looking to go into the music industry? And it can be Muslim or non-Muslim, I guess. I don't know if you want to separate the two. It might be two different advices for someone that is Muslim or non-Muslim. It might be the same. But we'll start off with you, Asa. What advice would you give somebody that's looking into going into the music industry?
Stay true to yourself. Understand the game, but don't be led by it. You know, the culture will try to point you in another direction, or like what other people are doing. You might see something working for someone, you might try it. Don't fall for the hype. Stay tunnel vision. Create something from your heart. Create something from you, and the rest, the fans, all that type of stuff will come. If you keep trying to follow everyone else and you do it for any other reason, then you're not gonna get anywhere with it.
So what you're saying is that I should cancel the auto tune that I just ordered from Amazon.
No. If you're good with auto tune, like, you gotta find what's good for you. If you like auto tune and that's your style of rap, like, I can't do what he does. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I don't know how his style is as far as versatility, but I doubt he could like rap the way I do. You know what I mean? Like Drake said, what did he say? Like, Pac never tried to sing like Mike, and Mike never tried to rap like Pac.
Right.
You know, so just do you.
You know what you're good at,
Just
right,
Find
right.
what you're good at. Find where you want to take it, and just keep working. And you gotta put a 10,000 hours if you want to go into this. There's 100 million people that want to take my spot right now. You know what I mean? Or like, my competition isn't with anyone around me. I want to take J. Cole's spot. I want to take
Straight
Drake's
up.
spot. You know, I want to take Jay-Z's spot. You know what I mean? So like, see what you want to do and plan it in your head, and then shoot for the stars. And don't be scared to fail, because you're gonna fail a million times before you succeed once, and that one success is gonna be worth those million failures. I promise you that.
I love it. Armoney, same question to you. What advice would you give someone who is looking to go into the music industry?
I'm gonna tell them to pray. Pray. Stay focused. Stay consistent. Stay on top of things. Stay in people's face. And stay ahead of time, for real.
Facts.
As best you can.
Facts.
I love it,
Protect
man.
your soul.
Protect yourself.
Protect your soul. Protect
Absolutely.
your
Protect your
spirit.
soul.
Especially when you're interacting with so many people, different energies are gonna be
Say
coming
it.
into your life.
You think I should get my hair did?
Yeah.
In what way?
Oh, it just looks old.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
I mean, it looks solid. I just want to know what you're trying to do with it right now. What are you?
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna get it
Retwist
done
You're
over.
just gonna retwist
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it just looks a little.
I love it. I did not mean to give wrong applause.
Armoney was probably loving this.
I
He
tell
has
my
no
kids,
problem
if
with
you
it.
have to search the word clean next to a song, then you shouldn't be listening to it. Music is fine as long as you pick the lyrics. That is a mom, Shima Zaid, from Hanley.
her. She's a good
She's
mom.
one of our teachers that we work with, by the way. But what were you about to say, Shima?
No, I don't know.
No, could I say something to that?
Yes, go ahead.
She's right. She's right in the sense of like, yeah, your kids. You gotta understand, what are you listening to? Who are we marketing it to? I'm not marketing my music to little kids. I'm marketing them to 16, 17-year-olds that are out here swearing, and they're just out here. You know, they're lost almost. They're trying to find themselves. You know, and they're not. At the end of the day, I'm not preaching to the choir. You know, they got the leaders and they got people. I'm looking towards people that were like me, that needed someone to help guide them, and you know, and I'm gonna have to speak in a certain way that they're gonna understand me, because you could have a message, but if no one's listening to your message, then you're just talking to the air.
I was gonna say she has a first grader and a preschooler, so
Your first grader shouldn't be listening to my music,
For
but I
sure.
can't lie, I was listening to Tupac when I was in like 3rd, 4th grade, you know, and he was inspiring me to be like a revolutionary, like, you know, inspire change, and like, so
Again.
like at the end of the day, it might be cussing, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've cussing doesn't make you a good or bad person. Don't get me wrong.
He's
I'm
from
not-
the South End. He has every validation to say this right
Yeah,
now.
you
It's
know,
different from the first thing that they say is a cuss word. So the South End is just a different. But I will say that words are what you give them power, and the more power you give a word, that's how much power it's gonna have.
Yeah, that F word doesn't speak for the whole song.
Right,
You know what I mean?
and if you're gonna go nitpick that 1, 2, 3 times that the F word was dropped in the whole song and the meaning of the entire song, then okay, that's the judgment call on you, right? But again, music, when you're listening to music, when you're coming at that age where it's you listening to the music for pleasure, for for inspiration, for whatever you needed in your life, it's important to understand that you have to come into this with an open mind. You can't be like closed-minded, ready to like nitpick every single thing. You're gonna, first of all, these are people's work. I don't even appreciate, and I don't even think it's fair that people like justify. And I mean, we're in the public eye, so we can say this too. But when people judge just because of the way I come off or the way that I speak to the camera or whatnot, right? And so the same thing goes with artists. Like you're judging these people based off of the 3 times they said the F-bomb. Like, and that for me says something. That for me is just like, did you listen to the theme? Did you hear the lyric? Did we decipher through that? Because the F word is 4 letters.
And sometimes I
It's 4
specifically
letters.
say that so you could
Right.
understand like
The emphasis.
the emphasis. Like, well, why do we cut? There's the dictionary's broad. We could replace the F word in our daily lives with a million other words, but we specifically say that to show like our anger in that
Right.
moment or like our emphasis on like why we're saying that. So just for example, but yeah, if you don't want to hear no cussing like the freestyle I'm gonna do, I might say.
You're fine.
Armoney, you have any thoughts or comments on what's being said right now?
We don't make music for kids.
There you go.
The
Right
music's
there.
not for kids. If you got your kid
Yeah.
listen, don't play like. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna have some songs that are clean that the kids can listen to, like especially on my next project, and we do have that. But like at the end of the day, it just depends on what I'm creating in the moment. Sometimes I'm gonna have something where like it's gonna get messy, and then sometimes I have something that's really clean where I want it to be for the kids. I want everyone to be able. So
Right.
it all depends. You gotta pick and like on a project that I put out, I have 9 songs out there. Not every song is gonna be the same. Each song is gonna have a different meaning or a different perspective that I'm
Really?
trying to tackle.
And for a different audience.
Hey, when y'all talk about this, one thing that keeps crossing my mind is Eminem when he said, Will Smith doesn't have to cuss in his rap to sell records.
But
Well,
I
I
do.
do. So
Damn.
you too. There we go. Hey, listen, as much as people like to go hard on Eminem, man, listen, Eminem is the truth, man. Let's keep it real right now,
Yeah, I
man.
love
Like
him, I can't lie.
he's legendary, but he is getting a little too old and needs to put up the mic. But at the end of the day, he's still the man, bro.
Nah, but
and-
you know, a lot of these lyrics in these songs be like real life stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like, I just don't think that it's fair for people to judge like how people really gotta live. You know what I'm saying? Or like their trials and tribulations that they just so happen to manifest through words. Because at the end of the day, I really don't vent to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Or talk to nobody for real. So I legit like 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm sitting in my car by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't vent when somebody call my phone. If it's not about what I want it to be about, I get irritated. Like I don't know. So the stuff that I be going through is really what I be writing about in my music. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that it would be fair for somebody to take that from me. Like
100%.
And again, this is why Islam is a beautiful religion, because of the fact that we don't have to worry about what people have to say, and it's between you and Allah, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. And I'm sure that's what drives you, at the end of the day, because of the fact that it is really at the end of the day is between you and Allah.
It's your outlet. It's the way that you express yourself. So no one should be here to tell you how to express yourself.
right.
and they can't.
And I like what you said. You said these words are like people, like the music is kind of like our life, or you speak in your life, and life ain't always clean.
No.
I mean, if it's dirty and I gotta tell you the story, I gotta tell you a dirty story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing I can't sugarcoat it. If I do sugarcoat it, it's not gonna be good.
Right.
I gotta keep it as authentic as I can.
I like that.
And that's who you are.
That's who I am.
You know what I'm saying? That's who you guys are. That's the important
My
thing.
favorite style of rap is when it's a story.
Yeah, I love
That's like my favorite type.
The storytelling ones.
Mhm.
All right.
I think that's so like just mind-boggling how they can put in their words in that way or whatever.
Okay, well, By the way, you try to put me on the spot. Stop acting like we didn't have a song together. I mean, you know we had a song together back then.
I need to hear
This
that.
is back in Yemen now. We don't have no access to that one.
We're very like our family really likes to. Let's stop. Our family really. We used to be kids and we used to stop.
Nobody
Listen,
does.
no, we don't have that. We don't have
Nobody
that.
does.
We used to hum like we used before we used to go to
I'm
sleep.
I'm
Stop.
calling people.
Before
after
we used
the
to go to
show.
sleep, we used to hum a lyric and we used to have to guess. Like we were always, you know, we grew up in music basically. So, yeah. Listen,
I'm pretty sure you guys got at least three bars.
No.
during Corona.
Hey, don't worry, we're gonna
This is 04.
we're gonna hassle them for it after.
Remember, Ahmad, during Corona time, we used to come up with, everybody used to come up with 4 lines or whatever, and we used to do this is,
Yeah.
Oh, just
Like, you know.
just last year.
yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
So y'all know
I
that.
just-
The bars? I mean,
oh, no,
dude.
we're not. We're
Oh,
not.
y'all just freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we
Just
gotta
being
memorize
silly.
and stuff.
Really
Right,
silly.
right.
Like, yeah.
Um,
But we like music, basically.
Yeah, I love writing too, man.
We
Like, I mean,
appreciate
dude,
it.
writing
You're-
is something that is just it's something that's always gonna be there. Like, you never stop writing, you know.
Isn't that your major? Wasn't that like a part of your major?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
journalism?
Yes.
So yeah.
So I mean, writing is part
Poetry.
of
I
it.
think he in more of in.
Yeah, I just like writing in general,
Oh.
but yeah. So before we go on to the part where we're gonna freestyle, I think Ivan got some bars for us too. By the way, Ivan said she's gonna spit some bars.
No,
so
I'm
she's
not
opening.
spitting any bars today.
She's opening
no,
it.
no, no, no.
She's opening the show.
She's opening the show.
No.
Alright, with that said, let me give a shout out to our last sponsor, then we're going to let these guys take over the microphones
Go ahead.
with the bars. So the last sponsor is Leo's Coney Island in Royal Oak. Location is 10 South Main Street, Royal Oak, Michigan. Their number is 1248-336-8093. They have delicious American-style food. They're known for their conies, fried chicken gyro, breakfast, chili. There's a lot of conies. There's a lot of Leos that are around for a long time, but the best one of all is the one in Royal Oak. Shout out to Omar Al-Halimi. I know he's probably winning his fantasy week this week. He was texting me all week too, so congratulations on that, Omar, if you are listening or end up listening to this. With that said, okay, we know we talked about rapping, we talked about music. I was like, man, I'm gonna try to squeeze this in there. I'm gonna have Shayman send the questions. Hopefully they don't have no problem with this because we do want to hear something, and then hopefully they can. That's how we're gonna end the show.
I know they both can deliver because I personally, I'm telling you, I saw, and it's funny because I was with my younger cousins that know Esa from social media and stuff, and they were going fangirl crazy when they saw him come out. Do you remember that charity
I
event?
remember it.
The one that was at the museum?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, so they were going like crazy for him, and then I heard him. I was like, oh, I kind of like it.
I
So
know.
supported him ever since then. And then Mani, I actually heard him do like a little like one of those. I was like, oh, I recognize. You can sing, can you? And then he was like, and then showed me some of his music, and I was just blown away. So I know they can definitely deliver. So I'm excited.
Speaking of that, this is one of the questions that I had was best venue you ever performed in. Quickly, if y'all want to answer that
Oh,
question.
nice
What's the
question.
best?
Backwoods and bonfires, like 6,000 people.
Nice. And where was this at?
I think it might have been in Southwest.
I think I know
I
what
don't
you're
know.
talking about.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Okay. How about you?
I never been to one of those, but I don't know. I performed at a lot of places. No, I can't lie. My favorite performance was when I went back to my old middle school.
Salina?
And, yeah, Salina Intermediate. That was the fun. The kids loved me, man. That was so fun. And like, there's this one little kid that came and he kept holding on my sweater and he wouldn't let me go. He just followed me the whole time.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
So
took
cute.
him on stage.
That's who you're doing it for.
I
You
love
know,
it, yeah.
like for us, yeah, it's cute. Whatever, we'll be your friend. We'll support you guys. But the people that are actually gonna like,
It's the kids.
it's the youth. You know,
Yeah.
it's. The
I don't know
kids
why.
that are gonna-
Like whenever we hear about a new rapper, a new singer, or whatever, I'm like, oh, they're Muslim. Like
That's-
you get like that extra, like, oh, okay, they're like
I
us.
really want to listen now.
Right,
Bro,
they're
I
like
can't
us.
stand DJ Khaled's another one, but I love him
We
because
the best.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, shout out DJ Khaled. Like he's done a lot. I know he probably don't.
he makes me cringe, but
yeah, he
I
does.
love him.
But he puts together some amazing.
Amazing.
Work.
He's
Right.
consistent. He's in everybody's faces.
Yeah.
He is
another
constant.
one.
Another
You
one.
know,
He got another one
he
for
got
you,
us.
whatever it
He
is.
got us quoting him.
What do you mean? He was selling baby strollers at one
You,
point.
he
What you
had,
guys talking
you
about?
guys, oh my god, he was doing this thing with Wingstop, that wing place, and
That's
then
Rick Ross's.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then he literally had, it was like another win, and then ing. It was like
Another
something.
wing.
It was some type of DJ Khaled and made me cringe, but it was like, I mean, he got our support. Forever
Yes.
and always, right?
Shout out to DJ Khaled. A lot of people that I hang out with get called DJ Khaled, by the way, because they look like him, Uncle Eddie. Somebody call him DJ
Oh my
Khaled.
God.
Moti. Somebody call him DJ Khaled.
Oh my God.
So we can,
can't see it.
you know, if we have these guys with us and DJ and Moti or Eddie with us, they're gonna think that we are, you know, official.
Khaled,
Like,
no way.
yeah, those, you know. But yeah. With that said, this is the freestyle hour. What I call it? I mean, not hopefully not hour, but freestyle
Listen,
moment time.
I
Ready?
will say a couple bars if you let me play the song.
No.
Okay, then no.
The heck? Man, this is when I was 14. It was recent. I wouldn't mind
Oh
her
my
playing it.
God.
I am
Cute
at the.
though.
I am
Like,
at
his
the-
voice
We'll get it
different.
after. We'll get it out of
Okay.
you after.
Yeah.
I tried, you guys. I tried.
Yeah, we're about to do that. All right.
Can't do my.
Everybody's gonna like hold
Nah,
on to
he
me
ain't
forever
tryna
for
swap
that.
out with me cause I got 3 or 4 bodies on and 50 RIPs and they shoot straight through your body arm. I ain't tryna get no sleep, I'm tryna see what they talking about. I've been plotting this for weeks, I'm good on feet, we can hawk them down, yeah. You shooter, baby. Who the shooter, baby? I'ma spin a couple times each time I use it, baby. I won't never cross no lines without my Ruger, baby. And I don't wanna make excuses, so excuse me, baby. We shot and missed them niggas bitches yet and still I got them nervous. Yeah, they actively involved, but see they more like Ricky Worship. Honesty and all, this my community, I serve it. I ain't even 6 foot tall, how could I be the bigger person? It's real. And if I slide today, is you gon' slide with me? Would you keep quiet, babe? If we go. That's just about enough.
Okay. We got the vocals on deck. What auto-tune?
Hey, he's in the building.
Hey, that's natural, by the way. That's natural right there, man.
Yeah,
We love
yeah,
it. We love it, Armoney. That's what I wanted to do before we start rapping, but we're gonna do that
I
next
know.
time. Here we go. We're gonna hit
Came out of
y'all.
nowhere,
Yeah,
shut
he
us all
did.
up.
Yeah,
Shut up.
because you were
Like,
talking a
not
little
today.
reckless. You were talking a little reckless.
I saved you right there.
No,
No,
you
no,
did.
you said I
You
was.
said
She
I was talking
talking
reckless.
She was, yeah, she
I
was.
got y'all.
You saved.
You looked out for me, alright? You looked out for me. So, Esa, I know you sent me some.
I hope I'm
songs.
not gonna take too long. I had 2 tracks that I wanted to do.
No, it's
you know?
fine. It's fine.
I haven't rapped
Armoney,
in
if
so
you have
long.
something else you want to say, you're more than welcome to do it after he does one too.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that the sound is gonna be loud.
Yeah.
Is good enough for you?
I can hear it, yeah. Does
Okay.
it sound smooth as I'm rapping over it?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the
Oh, is it playing from your computer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Put it closer to him then. If you can.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. It's kind of bougie, but we'll make it work. Yeah.
You know how we do over here.
Is this the highest?
Yes. This is the highest.
Yeah, yeah. I say don't die, cause I'm trying to kill ya. Riding through the city, trapping this paraphernalia. I say don't die, cause they trying to kill ya. I ain't trying to get you high, I'm pushing shit that heal ya. Please excuse the smile, I know I'm speaking loud, cause this backpack got a crowd. And I'm known around the town for the words on the sound. You can sell it by the pound, now my pocket's getting hefty. We ain't talking about that now. Let me tell you how we got here, all my people can relate. Some of them had lost their fathers, just like God, you put away. Why do some gotta start off with a shattered ass plate? First lick of life was a bitter ass taste, but I pray you're strong enough to deal with all the pain. You get up every day like the sun after the rain, the calm before the storm and the moon before the morning. You lost so much the average motherfucker still be mourning, but we ain't close to normal. Them and we just ain't the same. We stay grinding through the bullshit, counting dollars in the rain. From riding in the shooters to bodies bigger than Buddha. Used to have to work, now movers moving. I be moving, my sound been getting soothing. I'm getting in my grooving. The haters still reporting CNN, Anderson, Cooper. I swear it's hard to hate from this side of the fence. I see you in the stands, you mad you couldn't make the bench. So now you talking wet, but I'm getting a check. You couldn't even reach me, and that's what gets you upset. Ooh, I've been in your shoes, so I ain't even mad at you. You could keep on talking when your name brought up, they laugh at you. I ain't even tripping, I ain't got an image. Blessed we didn't have to grow up back home in the village. Now we riding through the home of the brave, the land of the free. Unless your skin got tint or melanin C. My whip got tints and I blow trees. I can show you how to fly, do you want to see? Yeah, sometimes I will close my eyes and have dreams of the other side. Wake up in the morning, feel the feelings of a homicide. Don't ask me where I was, I talked to God, he got my alibi. Devil on my shoulder tempting me, he tell me pick a side. But I ain't picking though, cannon on me Piccolo. Used to be the hero, turn the villain, Captain Pick a hoe. Love the way I lie, she say my, just like Pinocchio. Tell her what she wanna hear and she do things to make it grow. Whoa. TMI, why I'm staring at you cause I'm trying to blow your spine. My foot up on their neck cause they trying to take mine. When they ask me what it take, I tell them it take time. Yeah, it take time. Yeah, what it take time. When they ask me what it take, tell them take time.
I'm sorry, I don't know why the music stopped.
Hey, it's all good.
It was like, you killed it. He's
I was like, I can't stop now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been Man, that felt good. I haven't done this in so long.
Dang, that was great. That was
I
great.
had
And
one more
I know
if
you
you
got
guys
one more.
wanna let
I
me,
do
you
got
know.
one more, and
This
then we
is-
can definitely do it. And I just want to give you the opportunity. If you want to do another one, you're more than welcome to. If you don't, you don't have to. If you don't want
I'm
to. though.
straight.
You're straight. All right.
Yeah.
Well, with that said, this is part 2. ASAP is in the building. He's about to hit you with the part 2. This one.
So
is-
before you play, I just want to let them know this is the intro track to my EP that I just dropped, Empowerment Theory.
how can people find it for you, man?
It's
You
on
wanna-
all music sources, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, you name it, YouTube, everything. You know, it's doing some numbers right now, so I want to keep pushing it.
There you go. Are you ready to roll?
Go ahead.
By the way, it's loud. It's loud. It's
Why
loud.
does it keep pausing?
Yeah, I'm gonna download it now.
Yeah,
I'm just playing it from there, so I'm gonna download it. But it's loud. They're hearing it loud, Kim. It's just only from
Oh,
here.
okay. As long as they could hear it clear.
That's all I'm gonna tell you. So,
Yeah.
by the way, it is loud
Yeah.
for them. Shouldn't stop anyone. By the
I
way.
made this one.
Kids, we can't even breathe. We got 0% of wealth.
That's a goodie.
I wanna tap into the idiot wanna fight.
Enough is enough. On you all sick of the cats and they blabbing and talking too much. They giving up, wanting the glory and trophies, but don't wanna work for enough. You fucking up, fuck all the bullshit. They killing my people, the bodies is up, stacking them up. You do not hear me, they hearing the beat and the la di di da, 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 la di di da. Enough is enough. On you all sick of the cats and they blabbing and talking too much. They giving up, fuck all the bullshit. They killing my people, the bodies is up. Tell them I'm ready to die, but first they gotta kill me, yeah. I take one look in the eye, I see nobody feels me, yeah. So I look up to the sky, God, I know you hear me, yeah. We're all made by design, I'm asking, can you heal me? Fucking the world and everything in it. Proud of a man who turned to a critic. Picture a Porsche whipping a Civic, wanting the world and everything in it. Anything given, he flipping, he feeling the rhythm, he get it, and then he decides. Harness the power within him, he broke out the system they offered, he humbly declined. Humpity dumpity, kicked off the balcony, kicked out the country from where he resides. So he start robbing the robbers, he chopping the choppers. This isn't considered a crime. They say they kill him, he feel him. They don't know he ready to die. Touching the millions, he speaking to children. The children they grow up and rarely aside. Enough is enough. On you all sick of the cats and they blabbing and talking too much. They giving up, wanting the glory and trophies, but don't wanna work for enough. You fucking up, fuck all the bullshit. They killing my people, the bodies is up, stacking them up. You do not hear me, they hearing the beat and the la di di da, la di di da. La di di da, la di di da, la di di da, la di di da, la di di da. Enough is enough. On you all sick of the cats and they blabbing and talking too much. They giving up, fuck all the bullshit. They killing my people, the bodies is up, stacking them up, stacking them up, stacking them up.
Man, also loud. Hey, yes. Let me give a round of applause. Yes, let me give him a round of applause for that one, man. That was great. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I love that beat too.
I like Armoney claps that
That's-
goes like this.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice beat.
That beat, you said you've been working with a producer from Ukraine.
Yeah.
I found the producer for that. Like me and him been working crazy. He's from overseas. I just found him on Twitter. They have like I don't know how like popping your guys like on social media, you know. But skill wise, it's crazy how you'll find the strangest, like the most like talented people from outside of the country, just and like the connections you can make just from online. You know,
Yeah.
like the whole world's your
Just
playground.
trying to build a
Social
name.
media.
Yeah.
Yeah. My guy got like 20,000 followers.
Oh, okay. So he got recognition. Like
Yeah.
I feel so bad. There's so much unrecognized talent. Like just regardless. So shout out Hugo. You know.
It's all in the, oh
That's my
yeah, that's
dog.
smooth.
Shout out Hugo, that's my
SVGAR.
dog, you know?
I don't know how you say it, but whatever it is.
You said what?
That's where I get him from. His name SVGAR.
SVGA. Yeah, they always got some nice names too.
Yeah.
SVGAR. Alright.
I don't know how to say it.
It's Ukrainian.
Shout out SVGAR.
Yes,
That was great. That was great. And this is a time where I like to give you guys a chance to say final words. Anything that you guys want to mention before we close out the show. Even give yourselves again plug in however people can follow you, listen to your music and stuff like that.
Yeah, let's know some dates. Like I know you're coming out with you just dropped Empowerment Theory.
Yeah, I dropped this about a month ago, but I'm working on. So last year I dropped the first. I didn't know it was gonna be the first. I thought it was gonna be the only one, but I dropped Seasonal. That's short. It's SZNL. Seasonal, short for seasonal depression. It was like really deep, slower project. But now I'm working on seasonal book 2, Healing, and it's basically done. I'm just finishing up the final touches and stuff. But like, this is a project where I feel like from the first track, it's gonna move you, but by the time you listen to the end, you'll probably be in tears, you know? So like, I put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and should be in the next couple months. I just gotta finish off a couple things with it, and we'll be all set.
2022. How about you, Money? When we looking at new music?
Man,
Because
new
I've heard
music.
some exclusives, but I'm waiting, because I'm on Apple Music and Spotify, like,
You need some new
I know he has hidden stuff.
Oh yeah, I got some fire in my
I know.
But-
And I was just thinking, can you play that? But I don't
phone.
want to
I'm just waiting on
He's
my
just giving us a
manager,
sneak
for real.
peek.
Yeah. I don't want to, go
can't.
too
You
far.
can't show
Yeah,
too
yeah,
much.
he
Yeah,
can't
no.
show
Too
anything.
I agree.
So I'm just waiting on Dog, and whenever it's time, and we just gonna go hard for real.
So 2022, beginning of 20, can we look at
We're still
something?
finishing. I'm still finishing 2021. Like right now, like
Don't tell me you're gonna drop something.
I'm not about to drop nothing
I was
right now,
gonna
but
say, that would-
right now is during this month so far, because Spotify Warped showed like all of our numbers for the year, like at
Yeah.
the beginning of December. I'm like, wait, I got one more month, I just dropped. But this month in December, I've done for all my platforms, basically all my previous 11 months I've done in the last month.
Oh, wow.
So like, we're still going hard. I still got like 2 more weeks, still keep streaming Empowerment Theory. Let's finish off 2021 strong, and then like 2022. Don't wait for if you're already getting your goals set up and writing your New Year's resolution. Start right now. It's a
If
new
not
day. You're
today,
not
then when?
guaranteed.
Love that, yeah.
You're not guaranteed to see 2022. Start from these next 2 weeks. Go in with a head start. Go in with momentum. Because if you
Yeah.
if you're moving off no momentum coming 2022, you're gonna be sitting there trying to move a big boulder and everyone's already moving. Then you're gonna quit after 2 days and say next year. Because that's
Right.
what happens for most people. So
I agree.
keep going.
I like that, and I was literally just gonna say he literally just took the words and he said it. He can't, so he gets to do that. But if you guys were to have a group of, and I think this can like tie in with the final words, but like if you just saw a bunch of people, and I'm talking about all ages, like there's no limitations, none, zero, and it's just a group of potential, and you're just like good at whatever they're good at, right? You just see a bunch of potential, and you're just like, this is a group of potential. They just need some type of something to hit them at their heart and be like, hold on to this because your potential is there. You just gotta something. What would you advise the people?
Turn to Islam.
No,
Oh.
Shalom. Shalom
Yeah.
is a good one.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, without a doubt.
How about
beautiful.
you? I mean, I know you kind of already mentioned that.
No, that was his. That's where I
Yeah.
got though, like, But that was so. I love that. And like in what aspect?
I feel like you gotta build like that communication, that familiarity with
With
your
Allah,
Lord.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So build that with Him. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala know what you want. Let Him know what you chasing, and He gonna open the door for you. You just gotta get up and walk through it.
Absolutely.
You
Quick,
know?
I'm sorry, I have a question. When did you convert, or were you?
Well, I was 15.
Okay.
Oh wow.
What made you convert? I'm sorry, that's a juicy story right there.
No, I love hearing
It
this
sounds
story.
like it's a
So
juicy. I don't know. I love hearing convert stories. What made you convert?
I just was bad.
Revert.
Just bad, and then just like I need some
Revert, sorry.
peace in my life. You know, I just.
SubhanAllah.
I was
Islam
turned up.
Was it someone in particular that brought you to Islam, or did you knew people that were Muslim and?
Yeah. My brothers are Muslim,
Okay.
so I just
Shout out
watched
to
them,
those.
just learn from them for real, and then
I think
and then I had got in trouble,
Yeah.
but I already was familiar with Islam, you know.
Hmm.
So when I just started talking to people, and reading the Kitab of Law, I just started like putting it together, like just the truths and how I take it.
You know what's crazy, and I say this to every single Muslim ever, like period. I grew up in a very religious household, and a lot of people know that about me. If you know who my parents are, it's. I have a
Shout out to them.
Yeah, I have a lot of. I grew up in that religion, but so I basically kind of like I know a lot about Islam. I know a lot of stories. I know a lot of Quran. I know a lot of that because it was forced onto me. But now as an adult, and I highly encourage everybody to do this, to find your own Islam.
Yeah.
To go read the Quran. If you are a Muslim and you've never read the book from cover to cover, then you haven't found your Islam.
Then
You
that
haven't
mean
found
you
yours.
ain't even been fasting for the month of Ramadan.
But it's not theirs. You know what I mean? It's they're just doing what they're told or what they think the Islam that's been passed down to them. Every single Muslim needs to find their Islam, because I'll tell you something that I believe it's Imam Hussein that said it, but it's basically haram in a sense, in so many words. I don't want the people to come after me, but basically it is haram to raise your kids in the same generations that you were raised. It's wrong to raise them the same way you were raised, because times are not that same, right?
changed.
So you have to find your own Islam. A lot of stuff is not going to make sense anymore because time has changed. But a lot of stuff are going to make sense, like frequencies and vibrations and manifesting. You guys, that's dua.
Yeah.
That's literally that's all Islam. And that's 2021 Islam. You know what I mean? Other than when back in our days where it was more like whatever that was the big, you need to find your own Islam, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. And if you haven't did that, a good place to start is just picking up the book.
And something I always say is because I speak to a lot of people that aren't Muslim too. And
Right.
it's turn to Islam. For everyone, at the end of the day, Islam, and I've done a lot of refining my Islam, and I've read a lot from just everything, and it's, at the end of the day, most religions or even the spirituality and all that type of stuff, it all comes down to the same thing, find yourself, find your peace, find your higher power, find your Lord. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the same God that all three of the major religions follow, and you just gotta find that thing that's bigger than you. You know what I mean? And something that's gonna give your life meaning. Because at the end of the day, we're not just here to just wander off aimlessly.
Yeah.
Find your purpose in life. So that's my advice to
Absolutely.
a group of people.
This whole conversation deserves a round of applause. Also,
We're gonna clap from now on.
Everybody
Yeah.
like this today.
Alright,
Trender.
there we
I'm
go.
gonna start doing that.
For
Watch.
sure.
Bro.
I
For
really
sure.
am. I'm gonna totally steal that.
Quote Armoney Rose.
Yeah. So with that said, obviously you guys can listen to this show on Apple and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media. You can watch this show on YouTube, Oz Media 313. They've shared their socials already. Feel free to follow them. If you're trying to listen to some great music, these are the people to follow right here. Again,
Armoney Rose, Instagram ARMONEY_Rose, Snapchat Our Money Rose, OURMONEY_Rose.
I said you want to go ahead and
YouTube too.
Esa Mighty on Instagram, ESAMIGHTY, and then on Snapchat, Esa_King, ESA_King. But yeah, and then Esa Mighty on all platforms, ESA. I'm the only person who spells Esa, ESA. Everyone does the ISSA, and I'm happy it's like that because I'm an individual that's unlike anyone other.
Relax, my brother's an Esa.
Yeah,
And my brother's an
Hey,
Esa.
shout out, he's my favorite Esa. That's
And I was gonna say, don't make me get CrossFit on you, boy. My guy, he literally
Hey, he was.
channels
What do you
me.
mean? He was my trainer for a little
There
while.
you go.
That's my dog. That's my brother
That's
Esa.
my
all
little
right. With that
Subscribe.
said, we got
To
come out.
YouTube.
I need to get your. What's your YouTube?
What is it?
Already
YouTube?
subscribe to yours.
Oh,
Armoney
okay.
Rose,
Armoney
ARMONEYROSE.
There you go. Armoney Rose and come out saying mashallah, barakallah. Times have changed. Love you, Shaman. Say it, mashallah. Fan of the podcast. Qamar Zindan, she came on the show, by the way. Shout out to Qamar. With that said, any last thing y'all want to say? I mean, this is the show.
Peace, love, and chicken grease. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We got some quotes from Armoney this show. I can tell y'all that right now. I'm going to start using it. Armoney going to watch the show a week from now and be like, man, I said that on the show,
I
man.
can't believe I said that.
Peace, love, and chicken grease. That's all I say, man. That's my line from now on, too, now.
Peace,
Have a
love,
great
and chicken
week. Take it easy. We'll see y'all next week,
All right,
Tuesday,
guys.
7 o'clock.
Oh, do we have to wish him a happy New Year?
And
Is it done?
no,
Is it
it's
done?
not. No, it's not.
Are
Next
we have
week.
another one?
Yeah.
Oh.